Welcome back to Film Buff Bros, and in this episode, we're going to chat about our favorite Michael Keaton movie.
Batman.
Birdman. No,
Yes.
Birdman is not my choice. Though, good performance by him. It's just a little too, dreary for me, depressed. Mine is Spider-Man Homecoming, and it's really because, it's not solely because of one scene, but if this one scene it wasn't in it, I probably wouldn't be choosing it. That's the scene where he's driving his daughter and Peter Parker to prom dance or whatever, and high school dance, and he's coming to the realization, he comes to the realization that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And man, it's so beautifully shot. Like when it happens, they're at traffic lights, so the changing of the traffic lights and the different colors on his face are like the changing of the lights is like the changing of like the light bulb like going off in his head, the eureka moment. And other than that, I think it is one of the best performances in a superhero movie, which essentially, I don't know, I'm not an actor, but I've acted before, but anyway, it seems like it would be an easy role to play. You just kind of play over the top, like, you know, shticky, like you don't have to show a lot of range. But his character has a government contract to clean up after an Avengers like battle with aliens or whatever. And they're like, no, the contract is now going to Tony Stark, and you know Stark's gonna get all of, like the technology and stuff. And he's like, well, I hired this big crew and I, bought all these trucks and all this equipment. And the government's like, no. So he goes from, a hardworking guy, and he still is like a hardworking guy. And you also see that in that scene in the car when he says to Peter Parker, thanks for saving my daughter's life in a previous scene. But I will kill you. I will kill you dead if you mess with me and my family, prevent me from like getting money and providing for my family. And he just has, and he's going back and forth between like pretending to not know in front of his daughter and be like, oh yeah, I just got to have the dad talk with him, honey, and just acting. He's acting as though he's acting to her, right? And he's just boom back and forth between these different styles of acting and performances and emotions. And man, so much range. I love him in so many other movies. He was in that Shakespeare movie, I think it was Much Ado About Nothing. I can't remember his name, the character's name in that. But Batman, Beetlejuice, Mr. Mom. I think he was in one called Desperate Measures, where he kind of like takes over a hospital trying to save his son, similar to a Denzel Washington movie. But yeah. You wouldn't think that Homecoming, like you'd have such good acting in that movie and so much range and complexity. But yeah, that's my choice.
Yeah, I remember you sent me that scene and I watched that. I haven't seen any of the movie, but I saw that scene, and you're right. The cinematography, the acting, the tension, the use of the lights, everything was absolutely spot on, and it was just a great tense scene. They're all locked in a car together. So yeah, fantastic. And Keaton, he's such an interesting actor. I'm picking Batman because I have a soft spot for that since we were kids. We watched it.
Yeah.
Just have great memories of it, and going back to it after the years, realizing that it's still a fantastic movie that holds up really well. And Keaton, he's interesting. He's just got such an interesting face and facial expressions. And when he's Batman, he's vicious. He's like grinding his teeth. He's really like a vicious Batman in the fight scenes. But his little smiles too when he's like talking in Vicky Vale's apartment to he's Bruce Wayne. He's talking to the Joker, and he's just like, come on, he's just got so, like you said, range, but also really great dry humor as Bruce Wayne in that as well. He looks like an intelligent like actor, Bruce Wayne character. Interesting actor, personality. Oh yeah, and he reminds me of like Nicholson with like as much as he does with his forehead all the time. He does a lot of like forehead acting. And the scene where he's trying to tell her that he's Batman is just hilarious. And the comedy, because he comes from that comedy background, I think that helps him, and he's able to do serious roles, comedy, everything. So yeah, versatile actor for sure.
Yeah, I think being a comedian definitely helped him with like the over-the-top performative aspects of that role, and also, oh man, I forgot what I was gonna say. But yeah, it again. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. It's a tough role because it is like kind of a kids movie, right? But it's with Tim Burton, so it was darker, and he just brought like the perfect amount of range and being over the top at moments, like when he's confronting the Joker as Bruce Wayne, and the subtleties of walking Vicky Vale on a little tour through his like little mini museum, and yeah, no, he did a really good job at playing someone who has revenge in his heart and has like repressed emotions about his parents passing, and like bar none the best Batman performance. I'm a huge fan of Christian Bale. I think he's like the best modern actor. Did not like the Dark Knight series. I think that's what they're called. And then there's all the rest. Val Kilmer, good actor. Didn't like him as Batman, and like that was they just got silly. But anyway, yeah, back to fucking Keaton. Yeah, like,
He's good. He's great actor. I'm glad he's still working and getting jobs and stuff.
Yeah, he did his directorial debut not that long ago too. I can't remember what it's called. I think it either came out last year or this year. Yeah, it's a short title. Yeah, I got to give it a shot, and then I'll give the new Beetlejuice a shot too.
Oh yeah, new Beetlejuice. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Let's check it out.
All right. So that's our episode this week. Tune in next week for another episode, and click down below so you get a notification so you can check out all of our awesome content as it comes out. And please leave us a comment as well and let us know what types of movies you want us to review.
Thanks for watching, guys.